Hello guys and welcome back to Excelsior Academy. So we are going to start another chapter, that is 10th chapter from Watson, and this chapter is the mutability and the repair of DNA. So we have talked about the replication of DNA. Now we are going to discuss about the mutations, and if at all these mutations are there, how the cells are repairing the DNA damage. Okay, so let's continue this lecture. The perpetuation of the genetic material from generation to generation depends on maintaining a low mutation rate. And yes guys, this is important because we need that cell to survive, and once the cell survives, okay, once the cell survives, then only it can be passed on to the next generation, right? And whenever it is passing to the next generation, we want it to be growing and surviving the harsh condition. अब उसमें mutation accumulate हो जाएगा, so what will happen? Either the cell is going under programmed cell death, okay, or the another fate is to become cancerous. So under normal ideal condition, we don't want these two to happen. So that's why it is always important that whenever the genetic material is being stored and replicated, the mutation rate has to be less. Now, a high mutation rate in the germline would destroy the species, and high mutation rates in the soma would destroy the individual. See, this is a very important sentence to understand. अभी हमने क्या बोला that अगर हाई म्यूटेशन रेट रहा जर्म लाइन सेल्स में, ठीक है, सो व्हाट विल हैपन, इट इज नॉट गोइंग टू रिप्रोड्यूस फर्दर, और जब रिप्रोडक्शन फर्दर नहीं होगा, सो देयर वोंट बी एनी इंक्रीज इन द नंबर ऑफ स्पीशीज, and it is going to decrease the species. इसलिए हमने बोला that it is going to destroy the species. Now suppose this happens, high mutation rate in the soma, that is somatic cells we are talking about over here. Now it will destroy the individual. Why? Because mutation agar hoga, so either the cell is going to die or it will become cancerous. In both the cases, the individual has to suffer a health loss, and it will result in the death of that particular individual. Now, living cells require the correct functioning of thousands of genes, each of which could be damaged by a mutation at many sites in its protein coding sequence or in flanking sequences that govern its expression or the processing of its mRNA, right? Yeah, so this is clear, right? Now, one second, yeah. Okay. Now, if the progeny are to have a good chance at survival, DNA sequences must be passed on largely unchanged in the germline. And this is the motto of having the cell division, right? So whatever the daughter cells we are having, so whatever the daughter cells are being produced after the replication, they should have the unchanged germline, so that the daughter cells also can survive in the present or the current environmental conditions. Likewise, the specialized cells of the adult organism could not perform their mission if the mutation rates in the soma were high. So this can result in the organ failure. And we know that if the organ fails, what happens? The individual dies. For example, cancer arises from cells that have lost the capacity to grow and divide in a controlled manner. See, it is not like it is not growing, it is growing, it is fast growing. That is uncontrolled fast division of the cells is the cancer. Okay? So as a consequence of damage to the genes that encode proteins that govern the cell cycle. So this we have discussed in our Cooper series when we were talking about the cell cycle checkpoints. So if the mutation rates in the soma were high, the incidence of cancer would be catastrophic and unsustainable, and because of which the individual is going to suffer a lot. Now, so what are the different mutation sources? So this is very simple, and we all know that the first one is like agar DNA replication ho raha, so there are chances that there might be some inaccuracy during the DNA replication and the chemical damage to the genetic material. So there are many ways by which the DNA damage can be done. So harsh exposure to the gamma rays, UV rays, we have got the X rays, right? And then yes, the gamma rays are also there. So if suppose we are constantly being exposed to these harmful radiation, then it can also lead to the DNA damage. Okay, so this is all we are going to discuss in detail slowly. So stay tuned with the channel. Okay, so replication errors arise from tautomerization also. We will discuss tautomerization with examples in the upcoming slides. The enzymatic machinery for replicating DNA attempts to cope with the misincorporation of incorrect nucleotides through a proofreading mechanism, but some errors escape the detection. So even though we know that whenever replication is happening, we have got the proofreading mechanism of the DNA polymerase. So guys, I hope you remember that DNA polymerase हमने replication में पढ़ा है. DNA polymerase has also got its own proofreading mechanism. So किसी में 3' to 5' exonuclease activity है, right? We also have 5' to 3' endonuclease activity. So all these are nothing but the proofreading mechanism. Correct. And we also remember, like from the previous lectures, that we have talked about the DNA pol and its binding site. So we know that at the binding pocket, we have got the certain amino acids making interactions with the upcoming 2'H of the DNTP instead of 2'OH of the RNTP, right? And this is also helping in distinguishing between the DNTPs or the RNTP. So all these mechanisms are actually helping in preventing the in misincorporation of the nucleotides. ठीक है? So फिर भी कभी-कभी क्या होता है? There are many chances still they are going to escape the detection. So कुछ ना कुछ error रह ही जाता है. ठीक है? So DNA does undergo spontaneous damage such as loss of the bases. Now loss of the bases matlab kya? So you have got your double helix structure like this, right? And because of certain mechanism, phosphate रहेगा आपका वहाँ पे sugar रहेगा, but the bases A, T, GC जो रहता है ये आपके miss हो जाते हैं. So they are like covalently detached from their nucleotide. So because of this, what will happen? They become either apurinic or apyrimidic. So we'll discuss all this in detail in the upcoming classes. So what will happen? So there are no bases. So once there are no bases, so there won't be any hydrogen bonding. Okay? If hydrogen bonding is not there, what will happen? It is not going to have the stable DNA double helix. And all these are nothing but the errors in the DNA backbone. Okay. So DNA does undergo spontaneous damage such as the loss of the bases, just now we have discussed, but also natural and unnatural chemicals and radiation break its backbone and chemically alter its bases. And environmental hazards are unavoidable. Okay, so even though we say that we should get less exposed to the UV rays, but we know that because of the increase in the pollution level, the atmosphere is becoming very thin and these UV rays are able to penetrate the atmosphere very nicely, and these UV rays are actually affecting our skin. So even if you use SPF 30 or 50 का आप use कर लो, still it is difficult that these creams and these moisturizers are going to prevent the damage done by the UV rays. Anyways, so the third important source of mutation is the class of insertions generated by DNA elements known as the transposons. So this is also very important because they are actually the movable genetic material. Okay, ये आपको मालूम ही होगा, हमने genetics में पढ़ा है. So it was discovered by the Barbara McClintock, and we will discuss about the transposons in this section also. Okay. Okay, so errors in replication and damage to DNA, it has got the two consequences. Now, what are those consequences we are talking about? So first is that the introduction of the permanent changes to the DNA, like mutation, alters the coding sequence of the gene, of course. So what will happen once there is a change in the gene sequence? Either it is going to give the mutated protein, right? Or it might be a truncated, or there won't be no जीन एक्सप्रेशन. ठीक है, तो ये दो केसेस होंगे. अब भले ही आपका म्यूटेटेड प्रोटीन हो या जीन एक्सप्रेशन ना हो, इन बोथ द केसेस the cell is not going to perform properly. ठीक है. Now the chemical alterations to the DNA presents its use as a template for the replication and transcriptions. So now what is the problem is, अगर chemical alteration हुआ, for example आपका adenine है, ठीक है, adenine से by mistake it got mutated to guanine. So in the sequence, you should have AT base pairing. वहाँ पे क्या होगा? In the next round of replication, you're going to have GC. So once you have got the introduction of GC instead of AT, then it is going to change the sequence. And now we know that if the gene sequence changes, either it is going to give the no gene expression later, or there won't be any expression of the protein. ठीक है? So these are the consequences if you have got the replication and DNA damage. Now, the effects of mutations generally become manifest only in the progeny of the cell in which the sequence alteration has occurred. But DNA lesions or structure changes to DNA that impede replication or transcription can have immediate effects on cell function survival. तो इसका क्या मतलब हो रहा है? So it says that कि जो सेल में आपका म्यूटेशन हुआ है, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इट इज गोइंग टू अफेक्ट ओनली दैट पर्टिकुलर सेल. मगर अगर आपका डीएनए डैमेज हुआ है एंड इट इज एबल टू ओवरकम द रेप्लिकेशन एंड ट्रांसक्रिप्शन प्रॉब्लम, तो क्या होगा? it becomes difficult for the cell to function and survive. So in short, अगर DNA mutation हुआ है so it can survive, but अगर उसको replicate करना है, आगे daughter cells progeny बनाना है, then it becomes difficult for it. ठीक है? So आपका DNA mutation होना अलग बात है, और अगर DNA का पूरा structure ही आपका mutate हो गया है या टूट गया है या break है, so then it is difficult for the cell to survive, क्योंकि वो repair नहीं होगा जल्दी, and it becomes for the cell to survive difficult. ठीक है? Now, what are the challenges faced by the cell? So सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज तो ये है कि इतना बड़ा जीनोम होने के बाद आपको इतना सारा चेक पॉइंट्स भी करना है, बिकॉज since the DNA is so large, the genome is so wide, it needs to scan the entire chromosome or the entire chromatin genes in order to detect the errors which might have happened during the synthesis or because of the other environmental hazards. ठीक है? And अगर उसमें कोई भी म्यूटेशन हुआ है या डीएनए ब्रेक है या डैमेज है, इट नीड्स टू रिपेयर एंड रिस्टोर द ओरिजिनल डीएनए सीक्वेंस. तो इसमें क्या चैलेंजेस हो गए? पहला तो ये चैलेंज हो गया कि उसको पूरा का पूरा आपका डीएनए आपको पूरा स्कैन करना है. ठीक है? नेक्स्ट क्या हो गया है? अगर कोई ब्रेक है तो उसको रिपेयर करना है, और रिपेयर करने के बाद उसको ओरिजिनल डीएनए सीक्वेंस में लाना है. अदरवाइज व्हाट विल हैपन? इट इज गोइंग टू लूज द इट्स आइडेंटिटी, right? So that's why we need original sequence to be brought back after the repairing. Now, errors that are generated during replication, lesions that arise from the spontaneous damage to DNA, and the damage that is wrought by chemical agents and radiation. So ये सारे reasons है जिसके वजह से errors आती हैं. ठीक है? Now, in each case, we will consider how the alteration to the genetic material is detected and how it is properly repaired and tolerated. So, guys, इस lecture series में, like in this chapter, we are going to discuss what are the different types of mutations or the alteration that happens to the genetic material. Let it be spontaneous, or let it be chemical hazards, or let it be the mutations introduced by us, like because we are going to do so much of molecular cloning. So हमें समझना चाहिए कि समझ में आना चाहिए कि किस तरह के mutations हम insert कर सकते हैं, और अगर कोई mutation है तो उसको कैसे repair करना चाहिए. ठीक है? So we are going to learn all these things in this particular chapter series. So guys, अगर अभी तक आपने सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया चैनल को, प्लीज कर लीजिए, बिकॉज ये वाटसन समरी सीरीज इज गोइंग टू डेफिनेटली हेल्प यू इन प्रिपेयरिंग योर सीएसआर एग्जाम. सो जो बुक आप 1 महीने 2 महीने में खत्म नहीं कर सकते थे, वो अब आप 1 दिन में कर सकते हैं. Okay, so what are the questions asked? So how is the DNA mended rapidly enough to prevent errors from becoming a set in the genetic material as mutations? So of course, now present scenario, we know the answer of this because we have got the repair enzymes. ठीक है? So हमारे पास repair enzymes है, that's why it is possible for the DNA, अगर कोई damage है या mutations है, to go back to its original sequence. And how does the cell distinguish the parental strand from the daughter strand in repairing the replication errors? इसका एक ही आंसर है, कभी आपको नहीं भूलना है, even though I'm going to discuss in detail. But before we discuss, let me just give you a hint. So we know that about something, the beauty about the GATC sequences. So guys, what do you think? What is the answer over here? What is the beauty about the GATC sequences? So the answer is that every time in wherever GATC in the parental, it is methylated. Okay, and that's how it is able to distinguish between the parental and the daughter strand, because parent strand में आपका GATC methylated रहेगा और आपका daughter strand नहीं रहेगा. So in that hemi-methylated condition, it is possible for the repairing enzymes to understand which one is the parental or which one is the daughter strand. ठीक है? Now, how does the cell restore the proper DNA sequence when, because of a break or a severe lesion, the original sequence can no longer be read? So for this also there are many protein complexes which can actually understand the broken or the previous template, parental template, and using that template it can actually rewrite or resynthesize the strand. Okay. Now, how does the cell cope with lesions that block the replication? So there are many other methods are there, because see, this is all like a cell network. अगर एक block होता है तो दूसरा path is already there which can actually guide, and it is possible for it to repair. So all these different pathways, different networks we are going to discuss in this chapter. Okay. So replication errors and the repair, the nature of the mutation. So first now we are going to discuss about the types of mutations, and in this we are going to talk about the replication mutations. इसका क्या मतलब हुआ? Replication mutation मतलब जो mutations which are happening whenever the DNA is getting replicated. ठीक है? So the mutations include almost every conceivable permanent change in DNA sequence, and the simplest mutations are switches of one base for the another. तो यहाँ पे दो तरीके के हो गए हैं आपके, that is your transitions and the transversions. So transitions and transversion में क्या अंतर है? So transition means from pyrimidine to pyrimidine, यानी कि थाइमिन टू साइटोसिन होगा या प्यूरिन टू गुआनिन होगा, यानी कि जब भी कोई चेंजेस होंगे, so to understand that it is pyrimidine to pyrimidine, purine to purine substitution, you need to know the structure of these bases. Okay, so guys, it is only 4 bases are there. It's easy to remember the structures. Okay, so if you can remember, so we have got the methyl group extra in the thymine. So if suppose you don't have got, suppose there is a loss of methyl group from the thymine, so what will happen? This thymine will become the cytosine. जहाँ पे TA सीक्वेंस होना चाहिए था, हाइड्रोजन बॉन्ड होना चाहिए, जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ द रिमूवल ऑफ द मिथाइल ग्रुप, व्हाट विल हैपन, इट विल हैव द CG. ठीक है, तो इस तरह से आपका ट्रांजिशन हो सकता है. Then transversion, जहाँ पे pyrimidine to purine हो रहा है या purine to pyrimidine हो रहा है. So all these we are going to discuss with example. And there are other simple mutations like insertions or deletions of a nucleotide or a small number of nucleotides. So mainly this scenario happens whenever we talk about the transposons. So transposons पे क्या होगा? So you have got this, the transposable elements are there. So they actually can like, if suppose these are the regions, and this particular region is having the property of transposon. So what will happen? It can just get cleaved from here, and it can go and get inserted in the another regions. So वहाँ पे वो उसके पास enzymes है where it can invertase है, replicase है, so they can just actually get integrated into that. ठीक है? So mutations that alter single nucleotide are called point mutations. That is like single nucleotide we are talking about here. Okay, so this is nothing but the basics. So how exactly the transitions and transversions are happening? So if you see in the structure, so very nicely it has shown that A to G or G to A. Okay. Now, so because of this, what will happen? T to C or C to T. So this is your transition where from purine to purine you can have the changes, or you can have from pyrimidine to pyrimidine. Okay. So this is your transition. Now next is the transversion जहाँ पे A to C हो जाएगा, correct, और vice versa, और यहाँ पे G to T हो जाएगा और vice versa. You can also have from A to T and T to A, क्योंकि ये सारे सिनेरियो में you can see that from purine to pyrimidine हो रहा है. So for example A जो है आपका C भी बन सकता है, T भी बन सकता है. Similarly G जो है आपका C भी बन सकता है और T भी बन सकता है, and vice versa. ठीक है? So vice versa. So these are the total possibilities that you can have in the case of transversions. So यहाँ पे एक छोटा सा assignment आप लोगों के लिए. Okay? So you need to calculate the probability. Calculate the probability of transversion occurring in 4 base sequences. ठीक है, तो ये आपका assignment हो गया. तो suppose let us say that you have got the 4 base sequences. Now you need to calculate the probability of transversion occurring in these 4 sequences. Guys, this is really very interesting, and let me know your answer through comments. So, okay. Now mutation rate. So even though the cell has to undergo the complete scanning of the entire genome, and now this has to be fast. जैसे replication हमें पता है fast है, in the same way mutation, checking of the mutation should be also fast. Otherwise, it cannot proceed for the next round of replication, right? So that's why this has to be very fast, and it ranges from 10 raised to -6 to 10 raised to -11 per round of DNA replication. So just imagine how fast it is. Now, some sites on the chromosome act as being hotspots. जिस तरह से आपको मालूम है कि इंडिया में इतने हॉटस्पॉट्स है जहाँ पे you can have got the diversity. In the same way, in the case of our genome, also we have got the hotspots जहाँ पे mutation rate आपको बहुत ज़्यादा रहता है, ठीक है? And there are certain areas where it won't have the high amount of mutation. Now you can guess yourself here itself. What are those regions? Like this is your second assignment. Oh, it becomes interesting when I give assignments. That shows that you guys are listening and are actually preparing for your exams. So this is your assignment number 2. So the regions of hotspots where usually you find them in the genome. ठीक है? So guys, please attend all these questions because ऐसे ही questions आपके interview में पूछे जाते हैं. And by attempting all such questions, listening to my lectures, you actually can prepare for the interviews. Okay. Now let's talk about the DNA microsatellites. So what are these microsatellites? So microsatellites are nothing but the repeats of simple di or tri tetranucleotide. For example, CA, CA, CAC हो गया या CAG, CAG, CEG हो गया. तो इस तरह के repeats रहते हैं. ठीक है. So the cluster of these repeats actually are known as the microsatellites. So now the replication machinery has difficulty copying such repeats accurately, frequently undergoing slippage. Now, guys, important, okay? So this slide is also very important. Okay. So what is slippage? So slippage increases or reduces the number of copies of the repeated sequence. So कैसा होता है जब आपको हर बार एक ही चीज repeat करनी होती है, so it becomes sometimes slippery for the DNA polymerase when it is doing the replication. ठीक है? So there are chances sometimes that at the end CA add करते करते there might be chances that it is going to add the additional also. ठीक है? And this usually happens at the telomeric sites or the centromeric sites. और यहाँ पे ऐसे साइट्स में जब ये से चेंजेस आते हैं, so it is not going to affect a lot. Okay, so इतना कुछ affect नहीं होगा. So as a result, the CA repeat length at a particular site on the chromosome is often highly polymorphic in the population. This polymorphism provides a convenient physical marker for mapping inherited mutations such as mutations that increase the propensity to certain disease in humans. Now, इसका हमने भी एक advantage निकाल लिया है. So guys, you must have known and talked about the fingerprinting. ठीक है? So कैसा होगा? So if you suppose can see like this particular parent has got suppose these 3 microsatellites are found. Okay, so if suppose the son is also having those microsatellites, so we can surely say that if the parent was having this particular genetic disorder, the chances of the son having the same particular genetic disorder will be high. तो अगर आपके में है and if you know from very starting, then you can actually prevent or you can take precautionary steps in future. Okay, for example, so this is what I was talking about. So a well-known example of error-prone sequence is the repeats of the triple nucleotide sequence CGG and CAG in certain genes. Okay, now these such triplet repeats are found often undergo expansion from one generation to another generation. तो इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? अगर ये pass on हो रहा है to the next generation, then there are chances that the entire generation is actually getting the genetic disorder also. For example, the triplet expansion like muscular myotonic dystrophy, Fragile X syndrome, which causes mental retardation in Huntington disease, and the Huntington disease causes the neurodegeneration. So बहुत chances होते हैं कि अगर parents में अगर Huntington disease है, so there are chances that the children are going to have. For example, in the case of the Huntington disease, usually सब कुछ normal लगता है, but by the time the individual reaches 30 years of his or her age, the symptoms starts. ठीक है? So इसलिए starting में कुछ पता ही चलता है, but if you know that in your family such genetic disorders are already known, then you can actually take the precautionary step. You can start taking the medicines or the prevention or the therapy which is required. Okay. So, for example, CAG is the codon for glutamine, and its expansion in the coding sequence for the Huntington protein results in an extended structure of glutamine residues, which forms actually mutated protein in the patients with the Huntington disease. So, यहाँ पे क्या कहना चाहते हैं? Just because they have got the certain sequence repeated like this, CAG, CAG, CAG. So, because of this, we know that it is coding for the glutamine. तो यहाँ पे क्या होगा? पूरा आपके प्रोटीन में सॉरी ग्लूटामिन है ना, सो क्यू 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 बहुत सारे रिपीट्स आ जाएंगे, एंड दिस विल रिजल्ट इन द मिसफोल्डेड ऑफ द प्रोटीन. So this is called the misfolding of the protein. Now this misfolded protein is actually results in the neurodegeneration in the Huntington disease. ठीक है? So recent research indicates that polyglutamine stretch interferes with the normal interaction between the glutamine-rich patch and the transcription factor called SP1 and the corresponding glutamine-rich patch in the TAF213, a subunit of a component of the transcription machinery called TF2D. Now what will happen, just because it has got the polyglutamine stretch, it is going to interfere in the interactions, and hence it is actually interfering in the formation or the transcription of the gene which is meant for the synthesis of the neurotransmitter. ठीक है? और eventually क्या होगा? So it is going to have the all the neurological problems in. ठीक है? So guys, just इतना याद रखिए कि CAG repeats जो है, it codes for the glutamine, and the stretch of the polyglutamine is going to interfere with this. This happens in the Huntington disease. Please ये थोड़ा सा याद रखिए. This slide is really important. Okay. So guys, that's all about the today's lecture. I hope it was informative, and this is how we are going to complete the entire this chapter, and I'll try my level best to complete in short span. Okay, so guys, if you like the video, please let me know through your comments, and more than that, I want you guys to attempt those assignment questions which I have been asked, and let me know your answer through the comments. Those who are going to comment me are going to get the answers, and that's all. If you are shy to comment in the YouTube, you can email me your answers to the excelsioracademy1220@gmail.com. Or कुछ clarification चाहिए, you can also let me know through your comments or through your messages, so that I can be very much more precise, or I can go in much detail. ठीक है? So till then, guys, take care.